There are three things which give South Uist its special character: the faith, the language, and the sea. All three of them have been closely twined together right through the island's history. The sea has been an enemy and a friend, hated or loved according to its changing moods. When the storms sweep in across the Atlantic, the sea becomes a hostile monster, cutting off the island from the rest of the world and taking its annual toll of lives among the fishermen. But the sea can be a friend as well, and it provides the fish and the seaweed on which so many of the people depend. And all down the centuries, the sea has protected the island from the outside world and enabled it to preserve its own special personality. The mountains are on the leeward side of the island, and so they give no protection against the Atlantic weather. It's quite common for the winds to reach gale force, and even so simple an action as going to Mass on a Sunday morning can become an adventure. No one has ever succeeded in growing a tree on the windswept plain. The only upright objects are the closely set telegraph poles, and even these don't remain upright for very long. Still, while a force-8 gale may be an inconvenience, it's nothing to get excited about, and it's certainly not regarded as a reason for missing Mass on Sunday. The Catholic religion was never really in danger in South Uist. Somehow or other, the Reformation always seemed to stop just short of the island. It may have been the 60 miles of stormy sea between it and the nearest mainland port that were the deciding factor. At all events, the people kept the old religion as well as the old language. During the penal times, their links were with Ireland rather than Scotland. Irish priests ministered on the islands, and Blessed Oliver Plunkett, Archbishop of Armagh, used to bless the holy oils each year for anointing the sick on South Uist. This may be one reason why there are so many Irish touches about the people's religion, including the men's custom of standing outside the door of the church until the last possible moment. The language and the faith have helped and supported one another. Gaelic is a language for prayer and blessing, and the traditional hymns breathe peace and gentleness in every phrase. At the same time, the fact that Mass is now being said in Gaelic, after centuries in Latin, has given the language a new dignity and importance in the eyes of the people. It's not just a language for crofters and gillies, it's a language that God speaks and understands.
And the name of the Spirit, Amen. Gracer ti an eas a Christ, gra ye agus go human spirit naive go man di vule. Avrar an ti an mitarichas as on pechtenen, e char agus an direction an e pers nuv gehimichi. Hami gatchige de heole huachach.
The priests of the island have translated the prayers and chants of the Mass into Gaelic and published them in a little prayer book. For many older people, it was the first time that they'd ever seen their own language written in a book. But the Gaelic is still in danger, this time from the influence of television and the lure of the emigrant ship.
Agus gan stúr a sín go bethe hirí. A hianat an tráchjón. A chriastat an tráchjón. A hianat an tráchjón.